Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do a quick review video for you today. Now recently I was having a look around online. I was after getting myself a new little utility knife. Now personally I'm not a fan of what are termed as neck knives. I find them a bit bulky, a bit cumbersome, they sort of flap around a lot. And actually I found one that I thought I would really like. Now I ordered this about 2 weeks ago. I've been using it daily ever since, and I'd like to think that if I just sort of kneel down here, I mean even if I pull this shirt really tight, you can't see anything underneath my top. And this works the same with t-shirts as well, I've found. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about this. This is the Kershaw AM-6 and it's a little miniature sort of utility neck knife. I'll run through some specs shortly, but essentially it comes with this kind of nylon string. There was a sort of a safety brake clasp thingy on it. I found it a bit bulky, so I just put a double fisherman's knot in here so I can adjust it to my size. And it really just sits nice and comfortably. I barely even notice I'm wearing it. It's got a nice positive lock on the blade, so it's not going to fall out. You've got no clips to worry about. And also if you're walking around, say you're out in the woods and you want to cut a bit of paracord or something like that, if it's out like this, fine. If not, you can reach underneath your top, grab hold of it, just give it a pull and out it comes. So let me just move the camera around a little bit closer and I'll show you this knife in a bit more detail. Right then guys, so here it is. Now what can I say about this first? I mean, firstly, I really like it. It's, as I say, very discreet, very comfortable. I don't even know I'm wearing it half the time. So you've got this kind of nylon-y, almost kind of like, I don't know, a bit like paracord but not quite as strong. It's comfortable, no issues with it. I didn't really like the little brake clasp they had on it, so I got rid of that. And let's move on now to the knife itself. So you have got a glass filled nylon sheath and handle. And again, I quite like the look of this. You know, if you were wearing this outside, you know, your t-shirt or your shirt or whatever, I don't think many people would associate this with a knife. You know, it's kind of just very innocuous. And yeah, I just think styling wise it looks okay. You've got a little loop here for your what am I talking about? Lanyard, necklace, whatever you want to call it. You've got another one up here as well, so you can attach this to things like a keychain if you wanted, if you didn't want to wear it around your neck. And all in all, I mean, I quite like it. I thought it was going to be a bit boxy with these square corners, but actually you really don't notice it. So moving on then to the blade, and as I said, there is a really nice positive lock in here. I mean, unless you really put some force on that, you're not getting it out. So the blade itself, it's a drop point. I'm actually thinking about maybe doing a bit of modding on this, and I may actually put another sharp edge on the top so it's double-edged. Not sure, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I should mention as well, I got this from, where did I buy this? Heine Haynes, who most of you will be familiar with. It's not a promotional video, I'm not being paid for it, but I use them quite a lot because I find their price is pretty good. And they had this down to £10.99, maybe 95, something like that, down from about £19. So I thought, you know, for that price I couldn't pass it up. Handle itself, you know, it's a bit of a weird shape, but it's comfortable enough for standard utility work. You know, you're not going to be using this to carve a spoon. Well, you might do a bit of finishing maybe, and you're not going to be using it to batten through sticks or anything like that. This is a utility knife. It's for cutting your paracord. For me, while I was at work this week, it's for opening boxes. You know, all these little small tasks that a small blade really works well at. The blade itself is an 8CR13 MOV stainless. That will mean more to some of you than others, and certainly more to you than I suspect it does to me. The blade length itself, the cutting edge, is 3.8 centimeters. It's 0.21 centimeters thick, so it's a fairly thin blade. It's got Kershaw's kind of very distinctive stone wash, I think they call this finish. They've got this on the Kershaw pub as well, and I really like this finish, and it doesn't seem to degrade or damage very much over time. What else can I tell you about this? It's a flat grind, and as I say, this is the sharp cutting edge here, and it is pretty sharp. Let me find a bit of off cut. I mean, as I say, it's not going to be winning any awards. but you know, you can cut with it. It's not the easiest thing to cut with, but you know, this is taking shavings off this dry pine, no problem at all. I had a new garden furniture set turn up last week. This opened all the big boxes. It cut all the nylon retaining straps and everything I needed it to, and it was just really handy and useful just being there when I needed it. Anything else to tell you? So I'm just flicking through the specs on this. Overall length is 8.3 centimetres. Certainly doesn't look it when you've got it close up like this, but I did measure it and that is correct. So yeah, all in all, a really nice little knife, really useful. You know, nice to have just hanging around your neck. I should mention that obviously over here in the UK this is classed as a fixed blade, so you can't use it for your EDC unless you have a reason to use it. You know, it's not like a Swiss Army knife that's got a sub 3 inch non-locking blade. You can have that with you anywhere, pretty much anywhere, with no reason. This you would, you know, if you were a tradesman, for example, or you were working in somewhere where you were kind of cutting open boxes all day, every day, yeah, this would be perfectly acceptable. You just have to remember to take it off before you kind of left your workplace, for example, and went down the pub or something like that. But as I say, I really like this knife. This has sold me now on neck knives. I didn't like them before, but I think neck knives of this kind of size, I absolutely now buy into. Right then guys, well that is the Kershaw AM-6. I really like it. I was a little bit on the fence and I thought, you know what, for what was essentially a tenner, I thought I'd give it a go. I'm really pleased I did. It sold me on these kind of micro size neck knives, and if you're looking for a small fixed utility blade just for kind of everyday use, small camp tasks, opening packets, cutting paracord, all those kind of small things you just need a really small blade for, highly recommend it. So I hope it was useful guys. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Cheers guys.